Welcome to Study Room KE, a platform where we demystify learning for you. It doesn't matter whether you are a teacher, you are a student, or you are a parent. This particular platform, we make sure that you get the instructional materials that are important for your revision for the exam that you are almost doing. Now, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, share it with your student, share it with your friends, the classmates, so that the information is able to get far and wide. At Study Room KE, we demystify learning, and today we want to make it better for you as we tackle resources and economic activities. Under this particular topic, we are going to cover the meaning and example of resources, meaning and example of economic activities, meaning of agriculture, traditional methods of farming, subsistence crops grown in traditional method of farming, and introduction of cash crops grown in Kenya. So to start us off, based on the images you're able to see on the screen, what are resources? What are really resources? These are things around us that are used to generate wealth. Things around us that are used to generate wealth. If you check on the images, all the things that you are seeing are used to generate wealth to us. This is what we call resources. So the resources that we are blessed to have, these are forests, minerals, land, human resource, wildlife, water, and soil. Now, anything that we do that is directed towards exploiting the existing resources, anything that we do, we human beings, that are directed towards exploiting the existing resources, whatever we talked about, soil, land, human resource, all that is what we call the economic activity. The economic activities, therefore, is anything that human beings do that is directed towards exploiting the existing resources. So what are these things that you do that are used to exploiting the resources around you? We are going to talk about livestock keeping, brick making, farming, tourism, mining, fishing, and even transport. So to start us off, we would like to handle the issue on agriculture. What is agriculture? It is the growing of crops and keeping of domestic animals. Your guess is right. It is the growing of crops and keeping of the domestic animals. Before the agrarian revolution, we used to have traditional methods of farming, and one of them was shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is also called slash and burn method, and it was used where there were large pieces of land and a low population. Farmers cultivated a piece of land for some time. So why were our great grandfathers using this particular method of farming? They were using all this to allow the soil to regain fertility and availability of large tracts of land and low population. This was why shifting cultivation was practiced, to allow the soil to regain fertility and availability of large tracts of land and low population. Another traditional method of farming that was used by our great grandfathers was bush fallowing. This is where the land is divided into portions which are cultivated in turns. The piece of land is left fallow after cultivation to regain fertility. So with all these types of traditional methods of farming, what were the subsistence crops that our great-grandfathers used to grow? And before that, we need to understand that subsistence crops are also called food crops or domestic crops and are mainly grown to be used at home. Example of such crops were beans, pumpkins, millet, cassava, arrowroot, sweet potatoes, groundnuts, sorghum, vegetables, bananas, and yams. Now on cash crops grown in Kenya, we just want to have the introduction part of this because much of it will be coming in subsequent videos that we are going to post. Now in Kenya, we are growing sugarcane, cotton, coffee, sisal, wheat, flour, and maize. for commercial purpose. The growing of crops for sale, remember, is known as cash crop farming or commercial farming. So these are the things, the particular crops that we want to delve in deeper to find how they are grown, the conditions necessary, where they are grown, and the importance of this in our lives. So in the next slides, in the next videos, make sure that you are ready and you want to get every piece of these particular crops. This marks the end of our lesson on traditional methods of farming, and let's meet in the next video. Thank you for following through, and I hope that the lesson was so interesting to you. And my request now is that make sure that you tell to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Study Room KA, and be rest assured that you're going to get more contents on social studies, science, Kiswahili, English, mathematics, and even CRA. We won't miss definitely on what we are preparing for you, that is aligned with the current 844 and the CBC systems.